Hey, take a look at this book trailer I just made.
A missing woman, a haunted lighthouse, and a town scavenger hunt where the prize might be survival. Piper Ashwood didn't want to return to their hometown, especially not for a funeral. But when the librarian disappears, clues turn ghostly, and the past claws its way back. Piper and their ghost raven Shade are the only ones asking the right questions. Foggy Pines has secrets to protect, and something hungry in the dark. Get this debut cozy mystery for free with the link below. Coming fall 2025.
Yup, AI did all of that. With my guidance, of course. And in this video, I'm showing you exactly how I made it, step by step. No Illustrator background, no animation skills, just my favorite AI tools and some simple prompts. But before we dive in, here's the truth that no one tells you. A book trailer won't actually sell your book unless your packaging is on point. So that's why the smartest authors don't start with the trailer. They start with the market. I followed the advice in this book, Right to Market, by Chris Fox, to make sure that readers are actually searching for the kind of book I'm writing. Check that out if you haven't already. It's a quick but powerful read. From there, I created my book's title, cover, and blurb before I even finished planning the plot. So just like YouTubers who tackle their thumbnail and title first to hook viewers, you'll need to do the same for your book packaging to make sure you maximize those sales. And I made a little book trailer prep checklist that you can follow so you know exactly what I had done before I got into making this trailer. I'm just going to run through these real quick and we'll dive right in. So step 1, make sure you research your market, your genre, your Amazon categories, and your keywords. And then you're going to want to search your genre-specific tropes and cover art styles. Step 2, make sure you develop your main characters before you start this. And step 3, begin plotting your book with genre-specific tropes. Step 4, create a strong, genre-aligned title and book cover. And step 5, write a book blurb that makes people need to read it. And yeah, AI can help you with all of that. It certainly helped me. So to get started, I first created a project inside of ChatGPT, and I uploaded all my book's information. Everything I just listed in that checklist was in there. And that's important because if ChatGPT doesn't know your genre, main characters, and plot tropes at a bare minimum, it's not going to do a good job hooking readers, and that's the whole point of making this trailer. So here's the exact prompt I used to create my book blurb. I asked ChatGPT to write a high-converting Amazon book description, and after a quick edit, I had a polished blurb. Then I asked ChatGPT to turn that blurb into a 28-second book trailer script, complete with a strong hook to keep viewers watching till the end. After I edited that script, I asked Chat to separate the voiceover narration from the imagery. I wanted multiple image prompts for each line, so all in all, we'll need between 9 and 28 images to create a dynamic and engaging book trailer. Now, I'm not gonna lie, as you can see as I scroll down infinitely, I did quite a bit of prompting until I was satisfied. So when I was done, I actually asked ChatGPT to write a prompt I can use for future book trailers to achieve the same results faster. So there you have it. Feel free to screenshot that and upload it to your own ChatGPT project. Okay, now on to the fun part, making the images come to life. I used Dzine AI to create all the images and videos for my book trailer. And this is the same tool I use to make my book cover too, FYI, because it's amazing at keeping characters consistent. I've already created my characters for this project, but you can check out this video up here at around 2 minutes and 40 seconds to see a quick tutorial on how to do that. So I'm going to start with a new project, give it a title, choose my aspect ratio, and then I'll head into this text to image tab. Now at first I set my style to minimalist characters because that's the style I used to create my cozy mystery characters. But I soon realized that while this is a perfect style for cover art, it lacked the cinematic feel that I was going for, so I ended up switching to this mystic ethereal style instead. I copy and pasted my prompt, but before I hit generate, I added a few more details about the lighthouse. ChatGPT definitely gave me a good starting point, but since this lighthouse appears in more than one scene, I wanted to keep it relatively consistent. This image was my favorite, so I went over here to turn it into a video clip. You can also access the video tool by double-clicking the image to add it to your canvas, and then heading over to AI video over here. And my favorite video model is already selected. Kling 2.1 is the best quality for the credits in my opinion, so it's always the first one I try. But as you can see, there are plenty of other options to choose from, and Dzine is always adding more. And actually, later on, after I wrote this script, I did experiment with seed dance. Here's a video clip that I made with that model that came out really amazing when I couldn't get Kling AI to work. Anyway, back on track. You want to know how to make those videos, right? So now we're in the AI video tool, and this prompt I'm pasting in is from ChatGPT 2. And again, I'm going to tweak this because we'll need some ocean movement too. And I always like to put the most important element of my video at the beginning of the prompt. That way, if something gets left out of the result, it'll likely be a less important detail. But here in this video, the sweeping beam is the whole point, and I think that looks good. It's a little odd how it sweeps back and forth instead of all the way around, but I only needed 1 to 2 seconds of footage, so this worked just fine. And that's exactly how I made the next couple of video clips, with simple image-to-video prompts. These are perfect. When it came to adding my characters into the scene, I just switched over to, you may have guessed it, the Character tab. Another reason I chose this mystic ethereal style is because it's available here too, which is not always the case. Dzine offers a ton of styles, but not all of them show up within every tool, so be aware of that. So I chose my character and pasted in my prompt. Up here, I removed any reference to the character's anime style because I wanted them to match that mystic ethereal look. I chose to show her back in this one, and I generated a couple of results before I noticed my mistake. It's kind of odd that we're seeing her open sweater and slippers, but that's totally my fault because I left all that clothing information up here in the character description. Once I removed the slippers and white top from the prompt, though, I got much better results. I did the same thing with my Raven character. Again, I got rid of the art style reference up here, pasted in my prompt, and for this image, I set the camera and pose back to auto. Now, I had a feeling this was going to happen. Because my character was in an illustrated style, this image doesn't really look as realistic as the rest of the book trailer images. But don't worry, that's where Dzine's image-to-image tool came to the rescue. And of course, I chose the same mystic ethereal style. And then I actually did a bit of an experiment here. I typed a simple one-word prompt in here just to see what would happen. I've never done this before, until this moment. And while one of the images came out decently enough, I didn't love all the changes it made to the scene and character. On the next attempt, I did my usual, and I used this Describe Canvas feature to let Dzine describe the image as it is, and then I went in and corrected any mistakes. I was much happier with these results for sure. The only problem was the text on the gravestone. But with Dzine's chat editor, all I had to do was ask it to add the correct name and date, and it was all fixed a few seconds later. Oh, and if for some reason the image-to-image trick doesn't work for you, using the chat editor is another way to change the style, as I'll show you next. I was trying out this new storyboard feature for the very first time, trying to merge 3 images into one. This first image was to reference the art style, the second was my character, and the third was a necklace I wanted my character to be holding. What's really cool about this tool is that you can tag each image in your prompt. Despite my instructions, though, it still couldn't get the style right. But I thought the overall composition of this image was spot on, so I moved on to the image-to-image tool to see if I could fix it. After a couple of attempts, though, I still wasn't really happy with how the character was looking, so I went back to the image I liked, and I decided to see if the chat editor could do a better job. Here's the prompt I used, and here's the result. Not bad, right? So, making your images and turning those images into videos is where you'll do most of the heavy lifting for your book trailer. After that's all done, you'll just need one more thing, the voiceover. I used my own AI voice clone on ElevenLabs, and I used V3 because I do have a paid account, so that's why I added that movie trailer voice tag into the text. I set my voice's stability to creative because it puts out the most emotional takes in my opinion. But ElevenLabs does have a free plan that'll get you around 10 free minutes of audio every month. So that's plenty for your book trailer voiceover. And there are tons of voices to choose from. Then you just have to open up your favorite video editor because it's time to put all the pieces together. I used CapCut, which also has a generous free plan you can use for this project. With all my video clips and voiceover file imported, all I did was trim each clip to match the narration. I added captions with just a couple of clicks. Oh yeah, and there was just one more addition I needed to give it that finishing touch. What book trailer would be complete without music? And I'm really excited to share with you that you can now create music with ElevenLabs too. All I did was ask for book trailer background music, select 30 seconds for the song's length, and voila. Now, I did make a mistake in not saying that I needed an instrumental.
In the heart of Oak Hollow.
So I actually did have to regenerate this one time and specify that I didn't want vocals in my music. So here was my favorite take. Now, I don't know about you, but I felt like it needed something more. And I was thrilled to discover this chat to edit feature. All I had to do was select the song I wanted to edit, and then I simply asked ElevenLabs to make it sound more dramatic. Both results I got back were perfect, but this was the one I went with for my trailer. Here's another look at the finished video.
A missing woman, a haunted lighthouse, and a town scavenger hunt where the prize might be survival. Piper Ashwood didn't want to return to their hometown, especially not for a funeral. But when the librarian disappears, clues turn ghostly, and the past claws its way back. Piper and their ghost raven Shade are the only ones asking the right questions. Foggy Pines has secrets to protect, and something hungry in the dark. Get this debut cozy mystery for free with the link below. Coming fall 2025.
All right, creatives, I gotta get back to writing. But while you're still in the learning zone, there is one more thing that could level up your book trailer. Did you know it's possible to add dialogue into your AI videos? Yep, using Dzine's lip sync feature, you can actually make your characters talk. Everything you need to know is in this video right here. Happy creating!